Hello.
Hello, everyone. I hope you guys are having an amazing day. Happy Sunday. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. So we are live and we're going to jump right in. We are doing Self-Love Sunday. And today I'd like to go deep dive into a meditation to kind of begin to access some heavy emotions that have been accumulated over the week and just work with some of that. So before I begin, I'm going to open the floor for everybody here that's on the Zoom. Does anybody have any questions about anything that they would like to talk about today? Hello, everybody in the chat, on the live.
I have a quick question.
Yes.
Just about daily, I don't want to say it like daily minimum, but what is a good, some in the morning, some in the night? What is a good balance for beginners that don't want to burn out?
So the thing is that this kind of spiritual practice, or in general, just any spiritual practice, is really about the journey for truth, for your own truth. So none of these practices should lead to burnout in that we feel that it's overwhelming. If we're getting burned out, it's simply because we ourselves are meeting blockages that we're not able to overcome and to process and to feel. So meditation or this work is not really something that should be compartmentalized in one moment of your day or specifically in the morning or at night. It's really a way of being. And the way of being is a state of awareness, like constant awareness at all times. So the idea that we are observing ourselves, our emotions, our reactions, what we're doing, why we're doing what we're doing, is an important self-inquiry to get to know yourself better. And that's really where the work should be. The invitation is for you to get to know yourself simply. And that
Right.
yeah.
And I totally get that. And
Yeah.
my I guess my challenge is because my circumstances are so consuming right now. I haven't sorted all that family stuff out.
Yeah.
I, I, it just gets a little discouraging because I'm still in the process of getting on my feet. I guess that's it. And the burnout just comes from trying to juggle it all. So I won't take up any more time. I'll keep at it. But yes, I got all that you say. I totally get what you say.
No, that's a very valid observation that many of us are dealing with. And what we can discover through that process is that um, we are in resistance with the things that are occurring. So whatever contrast is happening in the circle with family, for example, um, we are still judging even them. So the thing would be that it's like we create this perpetual cycle of suffering for ourselves when we do exactly what they might be doing towards us. The energy that they're throwing towards us can be quite whatever it is that can be triggering towards you. What you'll discover is that we're kind of in a similar cycle with our own self. We kind of create that same battle, and that's what creates the resonance mirror and what makes it so struggle. It makes it a struggle. So the invitation would be to identify, why are we still struggling with these things, and to support the self in understanding that. And what will happen is that when you support yourself and understand how you're participating in the patterns of your own struggle, is that you will come back to a place of calm, and then slowly your attention will come back to yourself as opposed to what is occurring externally in a way that is depleting for your life force. We have to cultivate our life force, and it's not just a matter of breathing practices and visualization. This is the emotion. Life force is emotion. So anywhere that our emotion is being expressed and put the attention, that's where the depletion comes when we don't process that. So that would be the quickest way. And once you're able to do that, you can do that pretty quickly in a meditation. And day by day, you begin to creating, you building yourself from the inside out, because you're making sure that your life force isn't being depleted emotionally. That's the number one thing. And it really usually comes down to judgment. It's the judgment that we place on what's happening. But I completely know it's can be very challenging. So it what will motivate is love, your own self-love, such a powerful self-love, such a compassion for yourself, that you say, you know, I don't deserve to be in this constant state of struggle and survival, and I'm going to shift, and I'm going to just break the pattern. Because essentially we're repeating the same pattern that has been down the family for generations, which is survival and all of this upset. So it really comes down to holding yourself in a way where you take care so deeply of the self, and you just break that pattern. Yeah. Thank you. You're doing amazing anyway. Hello, everybody in the chat. Tadas, Grace, Kevin, so great to see you. Jay Zen, wonderful to have you guys today. All right, so let's get started, guys. We're going to start by inhaling deeply. Go ahead and bring your attention to the body. Connecting with your breath as you inhale deeply and exhale. Beginning to focus that inhale down to the base of the spine. Visualizing that with every inhale, we are bringing fresh life force into the body that regenerates, rejuvenates, restores the physical body. Taking your attention down to the back of the spine and allowing the oxygen and life force to enter into the body. That energy that you're pulling in with the oxygen begins to enter into the back of the spine, into the internal organs, bringing vital life force into the body. Going down into the hips, down into the perineum, visualizing releasing any tension and stagnation here within the base of the body. Beginning to open the spin, the vortex of the body, to allow for this life force to flow freely around the body. Going into the hips and the joints, into the thighs. Going into the knees. Into the shins, the calves. Into the ankles and the feet. Breathing deeply. Bringing the attention down to the vortexes that are at the base of the feet. Just clearing life force from there as we begin to visualize that we're activating the meridian line that goes up from the center of the feet all the way up into the body, up into the inner thigh, all the way up into the main organs in the body, all the way up into the chest. Visualizing these meridian lines to clear, to neutralize. As we inhale fresh life force into the body. Begin to ground, connecting down to the center of the earth. Anchor yourself as you connect to the center of the earth. And as you feel that very slight little pull of the body as it begins to readjust energetically, visualize that source, life force, cosmic energy, which is this source coming in from the crown of your head down through the spine, creating a column of white light through the body, down through the perineum, and into the center of the earth. So we're going to begin to feel that waterfall of light that moves through the body as it begins to tap into the toroidal flow, to our own toroidal flow of life force. Okay, beginning to work with the lower body as we begin to release any tension, any heavy emotions, any thought forms that have attached into the lower body. The feet, the legs, connect with your body. Notice what emotional information or thought forms are connected to these different parts of the body. The toes, the ankles, the shins, the calves. As you release, the muscles expand. Into the knees. Notice the thought forms that house themselves in the knees. Every sensation that you feel, you can describe as an emotion to help yourself understand what is housed, what thought form is housed here. Go up into the thighs. Notice any tightness, contraction. Notice the thought forms that are stagnant here in the thighs. Breathing. Neutralizing. Going up into the hips, into the sexual organs. Noticing any tension, releasing with every breath, nourishing. Going into the large intestine, small intestines, spleen. Observing the thought forms that are here within the internal organs. What has been driving our emotions, our actions, intentions? Just observe. Going up into the kidneys. Pay attention here. A lot of anger, strong emotions, resistance. Any strong emotions that haven't been processed. Breathe. With every inhale, bringing some of that cosmic energy, that neutral life force, and nourishing, regenerating. Going up into the liver and stomach. Bringing life force into the stomach and the liver. Visualize that the liver absorbs life force. The stomach absorbs life force. You can visualize white light. Noticing the thought forms that store here. We store a lot of judgments towards ourself in the internal organs. So just releasing all of that. And you release it by acknowledging it. Going up into the lungs now. Inhaling life force into the lungs. Coating the lungs with white light. Strengthening. The vital center of life force distribution throughout the entire body is here. Going into the heart. Releasing any grief, any sorrow, any sadness, any collective sorrow. Some of you hold on to sorrow for generations and generations. Allow yourself to neutralize. The acknowledgement allows you to apply a level of free will and choose whether you wish to entangle yourself with that. Continue to hold on and repeat. So going up to the neck, into the shoulders and the arms and the hands. Not many people focus on their hands and their arms. Take a look and see what emotions do you hold on there? How much resistance is there? Sometimes we are holding on to judgments of others here, trying to please other people or fitting in. Breathing. Going up into the neck. And the throat, the center of communication and expression. Anytime that we feel that we have to manage other people's emotions, expectations, how we communicate, how we express and ask for our needs to be met. This is all connected to the sacral chakra as well. So any tightness that comes into the abdomen when we think about that kind of having to control ourselves or others, go ahead and expand and let that go. Going up into the head, into the face. Tune into your face. Tune into the muscle memory of the face and just observe the thought forms that are stored here within your expressions. How much are you holding on to, resisting, controlling? Sometimes we wear facades, pretending. Come back to neutrality. Come back to that innocent, childlike self that is free and expansive. Going up to the crown of the head. Letting go of any thought forms here. Any doubts. Those doubts are the heaviest and they embed down the spine, down the back of the body. So many of you that have a hard time seeing the back of your body or connecting with the back of your body, that's the subconscious mind. Bring light. Bring your awareness to the whole back of your body now, as if you're watching yourself from behind you, at the crown of your head, your spine, your back. Observe your posture. What is your body saying? What's the language? Look at the overall thought form that you express as a whole. Is it expansion or survival? If we are in a state of judgment, the body becomes tight. When you're in a state of observation, the body is nice and subtle, fluid, relaxed. So continuously watch what the body's doing. Observe. As you allow that life force to move through your body, go ahead and visualize a field around you. You're going to tune into your 13 layers. We're going to take the attention out now to the energetic field. And just go ahead and scan the layers of your body, 1 to 13. and just repair what needs to be repaired. Take your awareness to those areas that are dormant, unconscious, stagnant. Take your time to work through each layer as you make it whole again. Each layer is like a sphere around your body. Those spheres are projections of perceptions, belief systems, and they express more than we are aware of. So bring your awareness to those fields, and as you repair them, making them whole, you begin to choose what you are perceiving, how you are perceiving. Breathing. Notice the sides of your body that seem more requiring more repair, whether it's in the front or the back. It'll tell you if it's the subconscious mind, if it's in the back, if it's the right or the left. The left is a subconscious mind. It's also the feminine, and the right is the masculine. So notice what parts of your body are more affected. This will tell you how to rebalance your perception through your life force. As you repair these layers of the body, remember that you can use your imagination. You can zip it up, sew it up, glue it together, whatever feels real to you. Make it happen. So as you're working through these 13 layers of the body, notice how you feel stronger, more centered, more aware. And begin to observe one challenging event that happened this week, the most challenging, the most triggering. As you see yourself there in this scenario, I want you to watch yourself closely at your reaction, the other person's reaction, or whoever is around you. I want you to tune in to yourself in this memory. I want you to notice the emotions that you're feeling in that moment. Parts of your body holding on to those emotional memories will immediately tense up. Just breathe, expanding the solar plexus with your breath, allowing yourself to neutralize the body as you're in a state of observation and not judgment. And as you observe how that emotion reacts in your body, just notice how it affects you, the ways that it affects and triggers you. What is the main thought form here? What's being triggered? Notice if this is a pattern that you come into. Do we often come into this trigger? And just observe, what would it look like to be the opposite of that trigger, to react in the opposite manner? What would that entail? What would you need to know about yourself? What would you need to feel? What would need to change to support the self? Acknowledge everything that you would need to tell yourself. And provide it for these parts of you as you begin to access a new way of responding to this trigger. As you observe the thoughts that come up, you can ask if those thoughts are true until you find the truth in what you're observing. Go ahead and begin to expand into all of the fractals of yourself that you recognize have experienced this trigger. Begin to see these parts of you throughout your life that have reacted to these triggers in the same way. Just notice if the needs of these fractals are the same as the needs of this self in this event. Go ahead and provide all of these fractals what they require. Help them see a new way of responding to the trigger. And I want you to nourish yourself. Bring that new understanding into your body here now. Allow your entire body to feel this new expansive way. It is both an emotional, energetic, and physical information. And you will see your entire body kind of adjusting as it takes on this new understanding within. You will feel like you can breathe more. You will feel like your body is adjusting. Sometimes pain will subside, discomforts, because you've listened to the body and you've communicated. This is what it's about. Hold this space for yourself. See all of the fractals of yourself beginning to merge into one. And take a look at this new integrated fractal of yourself in front of you. What's different with them? What has changed? How do they handle triggers differently? And just apply it to your everyday life. Everyday choices, everyday events, experience, interactions. How they would shift with this new embodiment. How you would shift. Go ahead and inhale, take this fractal of yourself into your body as you begin to integrate it into the root, into the sacral, programming the solar, into the heart, into the throat, the third eye. And just allow yourself to readjust to this new frequency information. I want you to inhale from the base of the perineum as you pull up life force up into the pineal gland gently, massaging the spine. Waking up, healing and nourishing with a higher frequency that you have now adjusted in the body. And as you allow that pineal gland to become nourished with this new life force that you're generating from within, take your tongue, put it up to the palate of your mouth. And we're going to begin a couple rounds of this cleansing breath from the perineum up to the pineal gland. Contracting the pelvic floor, pulling up gently up the spine, up into the pineal gland. You can feel the curving movement of the air, of your life force as you move it up the body from the root up into the pineal gland. And just visualize that circuit of life force moving and rotating through the body, waking up the body. I want you to go up into the 7th and 8th chakra. Activate the 8th. Fill it in with the color that represents your highest vibrational signature and fill it in, activate it. Take it down into your 7th chakra. As we set the intention that we are aligning our highest expression in the area of our career, our projects, the things that we do, relationships, intimacy, love, consciousness, balance, creativity, sexual energy, creative life forces, health, vitality, and your purpose. What are you here to do? Fill it in. Setting the intention that you nourish all parts of yourself in alignment with your highest expression. Send that intention up into the 9th. Activate the 9th. Activate the 10th. Activate the 11th. At the same time, I want you to activate the chakra underneath your body into the earth, creating an anchor point. Activate the 11th. Activate the 12th. And the 13th. And above you is a powerful white light of source. This is you. This is who you are. You are infinite life force, infinite potential. Bring that white light down into your body as you begin to anchor through the physical vessel. And as the body begins to feel this life force like a pillar of white light through the center of the body, the entire body begins to readjust, come into alignment physically, coming into its highest operating state. Send that down to the center of the earth and just feel for a moment that life force running through our toroidal field as we did in the beginning. Notice how much more fluid it moves. Allow yourself to come back into the room. And as you open your eyes, I want you to continue to see your grounding cord, continue to see the fields around your body, continue to see your chakras going up to the 13th. And we're going to maintain and cultivate that awareness. This will keep us in the present moment, completely aware of yourself, your energetic body, and what you're interacting with in a position in which you can choose rather than react to the things that are occurring to us. You guys did amazing. I want to welcome you back, and I want to thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you guys have an incredible week. I'm going to go into the chat here to see if I can answer any questions. If you guys have any questions in the Zoom, please unmute yourself. Let me know. Anything that was difficult, anything that was easy, anything you want to share, tell me whatever comes up for you.
I felt my head spinning,
Aha.
like it spun like a lot, almost like a dizzying type of spin.
Mhm.
It was towards the left. It was the vortex, the energy was spinning towards the left, and it was like almost like I wanted to faint type
Interesting.
of energy.
And are you grounding, Mari?
Yes, I'm grounded.
Okay,
Yes,
excellent. So when we have an imbalance in one of these aspects, feminine or masculine, and we do work like this, usually that part will require some attention to kind of rebalance, and it'll feel like hollow. It'll feel more hollow. So right now you are bringing that life force into that part of you, and it will rebalance. So something that we can do, and what happens is that there's a disconnect between the higher self and the physical. There's a disconnect between those two. Remember that we have meridian lines down the center of the body and also horizontally. So the part of the body that takes up more energy and you feel like you want to fall in that direction, it's because we have a lack of attention and support and clearing of heavy density in that part of the body. So it would require to take a look at the feminine, the relationship with the feminine, what's happening there subconsciously, what are some of the heavy programs that we still haven't resolved there. And in your meditation, what I see in your body is kind of like a hole in the lower back of the body, especially around the hip and this side, this whole side of the left body. So I would repair the body first before running any energy through the body, because it's as if there's a depletion of life force. And I feel that this is connected to probably activity in the astral plane, like something that you're doing out of body and dream state. So to cultivate balanced energy in the body, repair the body first before you run energy. Okay. And when you run energy, you're going to use the running of the energy to clear out whatever you picked up in that clearing process. Okay. Yeah, excellent. Thank you so much for sharing with us. Anybody else have anything happen to them that they want to share? Come on in.
So right in the beginning,
Yeah.
we were clearing out what you call thought forms or something like that.
Yeah.
I just saw some dark energy in my gut, which I pulled out. And because I connect from the earth and the sun, and I let that spiral into in between and go up and down, I sent that golden light energy into that thing, and it just kind of like bleached it out, washed it out, and the energy dissipated to clear and clean. So that was the
Excellent.
interesting thing, something that was in my gut.
Wow, that's amazing. I'm so glad that you found that. Yeah, so that's a really great way to clear it out. And also, Adam, you made me remember something that I want to tell Mari Ban as well. The tailbone, sometimes when we have a lot of stagnation in the tailbone, it causes this dizziness, the perineum and the tailbone. So like Adam used the vortex to clear that energy out, you might want to try doing that as well. Okay. Yeah, see if that finds. Awesome. Anybody else want to share what happened? Oh, here we have a question in the chat. If we can't see or feel anything during this energy clearing, activating is it still working? It's magic. So the point of this work is that we train our senses and that we discover through self-discovery which one of the senses are the ones that are mostly connected to our intuition. Okay. At first, you're going to feel like if there's a lot of disconnect, it'll be difficult to tune into that. But with practice, and this is why the daily practice, great question that was asked at the beginning, Jessica asked, what can we do? Is to practice that complete awareness and connection with the body at all times. The meditation doesn't end on the mat or on the chair. It has to continue throughout the day. And as you do that awareness, you'll be able to see how you pick up hints. Just notice when you feel someone angry next to you, you pick up on that, explore that. How do you pick it up? Do you pick it up physically? Do you sense it? Do you hear it? Do you feel it? That will be a great way for you to identify what's your most accessible tool. And so you're going to use that tool in your meditation when you're observing your own body. Okay, so just tune in. How do you feel? How do you kind of check people's vibes, if you do at all? You know, this empathic ability to translate vibrational information is something we have to train, and we can do it with our body. So this will kind of help you in fine-tuning that. Does it still work? Absolutely. Why? Because what's severed is the feeling sensation aspect of the translation process, but the intention is what creates. And every word that we speak is creating, every thought that we have is creating. So when you have a thought and the intention to clear and heal the body, you're doing it. All that needs to be linked is the little connection. You know, it's like when you have a movie playing on TV and you don't have the HD cord, it doesn't mean the movie's not playing. It's still playing. You just have to connect it to, I don't know, the computer in order for you to understand that connection, to see it. Okay, that's all that's happening. All right. Katie Ann says, thank you, Geraldine. Beautiful. Wonder how to access the PDF on your website. I've joined the challenge. Can't find the PDFs you've loaded. Please download the Spaces app. And when you download the Spaces app, log into your account. You'll be able to access each day with the slides and the videos of each day. And that will be easy for you to access. Doug, nice share with Mari. Thanks for the guidance, Geraldine. Yeah, thank you so much for being here. Custom Molding says, I could feel and see my toroidal field meet at my neutral center in the heart chakra. I could feel it ebb and flow with my breath. Excellent. I love that. Anybody else feel that when they were breathing, a kind of moving of life force through their body? Okay, let me know if you guys felt that. Mila Rose says, I missed live, but would watch later. I noticed jogging and working out after meditation, I kept connected, running energy, and it helps with moving any leftover. Yes, physical movement is very important in addition to Qigong, energy exercises that help flush out any other densities that we weren't able to access consciously. All right, guys, thank you so much. Anybody else in our Zoom call that wants to say anything, final words or anything else? Anything, questions?
Good afternoon, Geraldine. Hello, everybody. This is
Hi.
Esteban.
Hi, Esteban.
I also felt the toroidal field coming from from Mother Earth up into my neutral point. It was great. I did feel a little small resistance in the back towards my heart, and
Yeah.
I cleared it. And then I've been getting these eyes looking back at me, and it feels like they are almost hybrid eyes. Which is pretty interesting. It's never happened before. And they're getting, I'm starting to see the figure more and more. So yeah, that was pretty cool.
That's super interesting. Now, when you see things like that, what I'd like for you to tune into, if you can, is which layer of your body is holding that image. I know that's kind of strange. That will help you understand the dimension in which you're interacting with this being or this part.
Great. And
yeah.
in one of the previous meditations, when we were connecting to the different planes, it was really easy for me to connect between the 10th and 11th plane.
Okay.
So I noticed that and
Yeah.
piecing it together, but thank you.
Okay, awesome. The planes in which we most connect to, guys, are the ones which we have most recently, let me put it this way. We all have some starseed influences. Those are the more DNA, starseed DNA that we have within the body, which connects to those dimensions. So for example, as Esteban mentioned 10 and 11. So his ancestral starseed bloodlines are rooted in the 10th and 11th dimension prior to the incarnation on the earth. Therefore, he can access information from there. He can use that. He can connect any kind of astral projections that are being occurred will often take place in those dimensional planes. So this is a great way to kind of understand your interdimensional aspects of yourself and to understand the tools, because every dimension, higher dimension, has specific key tools that you can utilize, gifts that you can utilize. Okay. And we can talk about those higher dimensions to kind of break that down to get a better idea what exactly we're getting from there. All right, my loves, thank you so much for joining me. I love you so much. Have an amazing day, and I will see you tomorrow. Much love. Thank you.